Jaguars up. You know, just thinking about things, man. When it comes to sex is one of the most manipulative forces in this universe. Sex, as it relates to males and females, because the entire universe is based upon the law of opposites. And sexual attraction is a part of the law of opposites. And as it relates to men and women, it's very apparent that sex is taking place 24/7. When you look out your window during springtime and you see the pollen all over the cars, when you see the squirrels chasing after each other, running up the trees, you're basically seeing pornography in the natural world. When you see the pollen, it's pollination taking place and fertilization. It's not hidden, it's right in front of you. When you see two dogs mating with each other, they're not hiding, they're not going behind trees. Sex is not taboo to them. But when it comes to man, when it comes to man and woman, sex is used as a leverage to gain power one over the other. It's used as a mechanism of reward and punishment. If you do good, I'll give you sex. If you don't do good and you don't do what I like, I will take the sex away from you. Well, in this video, we will break down how sex is used in the human prison bar realm as a way to manipulate us, the United Souls. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that likes button, hit the subscribe button. This is Left Side of the Brain, the best channel on YouTube, the best channel on the earth, the realest information since the beginning of time. Since God said, let there be light, and there was. Yes, we are coming from that same information, that same pool of information that goes all the way back to the time before the great falling away. Now, some of you veterans on the channel, you know exactly what I mean when I say the time before the great falling away. Now, let's get right into it. You see, as I'm walking about, even now, you see men and women, you see women pushing baby carriages, you see men holding the hands of their little sons and daughters as they trot along in and out of shopping centers, in and out of fast food restaurants. But one thing that you notice within all of this is the fact of how females make it seem like they don't have sex. Has that ever entered your consciousness of questioning? When you see women out here, it's like I'm looking at a tree in front of me right now, okay? Let's just say it was an apple tree. Let me show you. See that tree right there? Let's just say it was an apple tree. It's naked, right? An apple tree is naked. It's naked. You can see the apples hanging from it. If I want an apple, I just walk up to the tree. I pluck an apple from the tree. It's no consequence to it. Nothing I'm losing emotionally from picking the apple from the tree, nor am I having to invest any type of emotional energy into plucking the apple from the tree. All it takes is me using my energy of walking my legs over there, getting the apple from the tree. But when it comes to women, But when it comes to women, they make it seem so mysterious. But you're not fooling nobody. We know that you women are having sex. We know you having sex. And what happens is, because women make sex so mystified, you have men falling into the trap. And what I mean by that is, men begin to treat women different, or better yet, men start to act different in the presence of females, and they treat women different than what they really feel about the woman. I was noticing that today. I was looking at some strangers. They were just out like me, and I seen a man standing in front of a woman, and he was talking to the woman. And I'm saying to myself, I know that this man is having some kind of sexual feelings for the woman that he is speaking to. Because unless you're not homosexual, you can't be in front of a woman and sex is not on your mind. Because sex is why we were separated to begin with. And that's a whole nother deep topic. But we were divided once we entered into the human prison ball realm, into sexes, into the different sexes, in order for us to be separated from, well, if I go there, that's going to create another type video. Let me just stick what I was about to say. And if it leads to that point, I'll go there, because that's another subject. That's something for like a red light edition. I'm probably not going to touch on that right now. But anyway, so I know when that man was in front of that woman, he was feeling these sexual urges. But because of how women act, remember when I said that women control the atmosphere? But because of how women act, and because they try to pretend like sex is not the most important thing in this world, we wake up because of sex, especially if you have children. You wake up because you got to go to work to provide for your children, who were a byproduct of you having sex with a woman. So all of this wars that's taking place, all of the fighting for territory that's taking place, it's all centered around the sexual interaction between a man and a woman. That's what it's all revolving around. So when I say this universe revolves around sex, that's exactly what I mean. You get up in the morning, you dress up, you put on cologne, you put on nice clothes, you go out, you go to the gym, you work out. Women, you go shopping, you put on tight clothes that show the outline and the figure of your body, because you want to attract some male attention. And likewise, men do the same thing. But sex is used to control the way men behave. Like, for instance, Going back to that man I seen talking to that woman in the parking lot. When he was in front of that woman, now if he was a man, a heterosexual man, I know that he was thinking about something sexual, but he was afraid to go there because in the back of his mind, see, whenever you're talking to a woman and she looked fine, you really want to say something like, can you just shut up, get on your knees, or bend over? And you know what? That's what you really want to say. But you are afraid to say it because you don't know what type of reaction the woman will give you. You don't know if she will say this is sexual harassment. It's a lot of danger. You don't know if she got a husband. You don't know if she got a son or some male family member, or you don't know what the police will do. But if she gave you the green light, you would be like, oh, okay. Oh, it's like that. Okay. Oh, you like that? Okay, cool. I was wishing you was like that anyway. You see what I'm saying? So women are the ones who hold the keys to the green light of this sexual atmosphere, because the way they act determines how men will act around them. For instance, during the Mardi Gras, women, they reveal their chests, they get drunk, they have a lot of one-night stands. But the Mardi Gras is only the Mardi Gras because women are behaving a certain way. So if the cops see women around, if the cops see men circling a female who is flashing her titties during Mardi Gras, they wouldn't suspect anything because the atmosphere was placed in it, well, not placed, but the atmosphere for women to do that was given the okay by females deciding to be sluts during Mardi Gras week or Bike Week. You know, Bike Week, they have it in Daytona, Florida. That's what black people usually attend, but for white people, they have they version of Bike Week, where like the Harley Davidson, you know, bike riders and whatever, the dragons, and they had a coats on, and the women come out and they get drunk. You know why they able to act like that during those festivities? Because females decided that this is the time we will act like this. We will be sexual, we will be flirtatious, we will be whores, we will be sluts. We will do this during these particular times and events. But my thing is, why not just be like this all year round? But you know why they don't be like that all year round? Because that's how the human prison bar system is designed. It's designed to give you a little bit of leeway, and then it takes it back. Because the whole thing is about violence and manipulation. And temptation is a part of manipulation. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because if the sex was just too free, then the woman could not be used as a, or should I say, the H.P.B realm couldn't weaponize the woman and her sexuality to attract us men with souls to do certain things like selling out. Because we'll see these women with the men of perdition, the H.P.B males. Like, you ever been out and you seen like a girl and she be fine? Come on, let's just be real. We real. Like, some of these H.P.B females, they got the sexual bodies, the curves and things that your flesh likes it. If you're a man, you're a heterosexual man, you know when you like a woman. Come on, let's just be real. But you always see these women with a man that's not like us. You see what I'm saying? He don't have the insight like we have. He don't have the consciousness like we have. He don't have the understanding. And you say to yourself, why every time I be trying to talk to a woman like this, it never works out? Because you have a soul. It's simple as that. Because if they gave their sex away to men who have souls, then what would be the use of having an H.P.B realm? The H.P.B realm would be of no significance. They couldn't get us to do certain things like using us as slaves and using us to drain our energy if we was getting sex without having to sell out. It's not, see, these women are directly connected to the vortex of the human prison ball realm. Because every woman, she has a vagina, and that vagina is a vortex. It's an entrance into this human prison ball realm. Okay? So they have to measure who they reward in this prison ball realm. So it's like this. They reward people who are more like human prison bars. Okay? They don't want you to have access to the pleasures of life unless you sell out. Now y'all getting it? That's why you be having those feelings, and that's why the finest women, the models and all of that, that's why they always go to those type of men. It's nothing wrong with the way you look. It's nothing wrong with you. You're not less than a man. It's just that you have a soul. And because you have a soul, those H.P.B women, they are designed to fill up the world with mostly soulless people. They don't want, see, it's like this. If they came to us, then the whole human prison ball realm would just shatter. Because we would have babies by them. We would raise up our children to go against this world system. You see what I'm saying? So they can't afford to do that. They gotta have babies by men who don't have souls so they can fill up this world with more of them than us. And guess what? This might hurt, but it's going to be forever that way. Because it always has to be more bricks in the prison than the inmates inside of the prison. You get what I'm saying? The human prison bars realm is made up of humans who think a certain way, and because they think a certain way, they govern what you can think and what you can say. Therefore, it's a human prison bar. It's humans that are acting like actual prison bars. That's what it's all about. And these females and this sexuality, they play a huge part in it. Because best and believe, they having a lot of sex. It just don't seem like it, but yet at the same time, it seems like it. It don't seem like it because every time you walk up on a female, they like, excuse me? Yeah, you don't know me, back up off me. But this same girl who just did that, she will be pregnant next month. If all females are so touchy about sex, then how in the world is there 7+ billion people on this planet? How in the world do all the dead people who die keep being replaced? Know what I'm saying? If they so touchy about sex, then the numbers would reflect that illusion that they try to portray. It wouldn't be so many people on this planet. China got billions of people, man. China having so many babies, the government had to put a cap on how many children they could have. But to hear these women tell it, to see how they be acting, they don't have sex. They don't have sex. Why you want to do that on the first date? Okay, since all of y'all women be putting on that, why you want to do that on the first date? Then where are all these babies coming from? Then they like to say, men are so bad. Men are dogs. Okay, if men are dogs and the population on the earth hasn't died out, that mean, what does that make you? A dog sleeping with a dog? You see what I'm saying? They say this stuff, but actions speak louder than words. The world around us, it doesn't reflect all of that stuff they be saying. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't reflect the rhetoric that comes from them. And it's kind of annoying, man, that they can have that much control, man. You know, sometimes, man, it's like this. It's better. Sometimes I say to myself, the only reason why a lot of us, one of the strongest things that make us stick around in this world is sex, sexual feelings, the way we look, our ego when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we still see a handsome face and we still think that there is hope. See, that sex thing, it gives you hope for the next day. You get up and you say, today I'm gonna find that woman that I always wanted to be with. And guess what? It never happens. You know what they're gonna keep doing? And I go through this too. They're just gonna tease you and tease you and tease you and tease you. That's how it's designed. These women know what's going on, y'all. I'm telling you, they are a part of the game. They are part of the game. Now, it's other people on YouTube who got like these Mgtow channels and stuff. This is not a Mgtow channel. I look at some of those channels, but they don't go into, don't y'all see how I tell you how things, that's because I'm a spiritual person with a soul. A lot of these Mgtow people, they don't go into depth with it because they don't understand this thing is a part of the H.P.B world mechanism. They don't see this thing as a mechanism because they don't know. But that's okay. That's why the left side of the brain channel is here. We here to fill the void that they left empty. Okay? That's why left side of the brain is here. Yes, I am a messenger of light who was sent for the small few of us, the united souls. And I was just, compelled to tell you this message today because a lot of men, you don't have to be jealous of those men. The reason why it looks like they living it up, because they are evil. It's a verse in the Bible that says that it goes something like this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but it says that the treasures of the wicked is laid up for the just. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. So they living it up right now. Yes, they are. You know it. I know it. These wicked people are living it up right now. They getting all the women. They getting all the money. They getting all the fame. They getting all of the pleasures of this world. And some of us, we get bitter over that. But you can't get bitter about it. Because it happened to me before. I'm being honest. Admit to us in the comment section if you have ever felt that way before, but you had to check yourself. That has happened to me before. But I had to realize that the reason why this is like this is because you got to say to yourself, if you ever had that feeling, just look at the way you think. The way we think, it doesn't accommodate the life of these women. It don't accommodate these jobs we work at. Nothing we do accommodates their lifestyle. So, obviously, that's why it's taking place. Birds of a feather flock together. We got a different coat that they can see. Metaphorically, we got a different aura than them. Oil and water don't mix. We not from the same God. We not from the same bloodline. I'm gonna do a video breaking down races, bloodlines, and the differences between United Souls and human prison bars. I gotta do a video about that because it's a lot of things that I still haven't uncovered or went in depth on certain topics. Y'all remind me about that. And we about to do this live stream. I gotta look at the vote tally from the other video. If you didn't cast your vote, go to the other video that we did, the last video that we did. What was the title of that video? It had to slip me right now. What's the title of that video? The Ring of Deception. Thank you, Spirit. The Ring of Deception video. I pinned the comment. Go back to that video. Let me know what day this week do we need to do that live stream. We're going to do a live stream going into what is a Jaguar specifically. I'm going to break down like what it means, how you can tell if you are one. We're going to break it down, and then we're going to do a live Q&A where you can call in and express your points, share your information, share some of your insights so everybody, can build. Because we need this, people, because this is why I do this channel, because I'm utilizing the information age and making the best of it. See, the internet can be full of junk, but at the same time, you can reach out to people. So we may as well take advantage of this outlet while we still have freedom of speech, because soon they're going to take this away. Somebody was telling me in the comment section, they was like, left side, you better start getting everybody on the email list because they about to block you. And something in him made him feel that, because I was feeling the same thing, because these videos are starting to turn up. They're turning up another notch. And you know how YouTube is. So while we are on the channel, we got to stay on top of things and we got to stay in communication. So I'm about to end this video. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. Become a patron today, www.patreon.com. We got a Cash App if you want to leave a donation. I'll leave all the that information in the description box. Tell me what y'all think about today's lesson. Is left side of the brain right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Till we do this again, this is left side of the brain signing out. Jaguars up.